General Hospital spoilers tease that Brook Lynn's future is entering a turbulent phase as new changes begin to reshape her life. It seems that Lois, the mother who has always tried to protect Brook Lynn, is taking control of part of the story, attempting to keep the past a secret and adjusting everything to minimize harm to her daughter. However, this control not only puts great pressure on Brook Lynn but also deepens the obsession with the heartbreaking decision she made many years ago. Brook Lynn is not only struggling to build her future, but she is also being pulled back by the ghosts of the past. Lois's decision to hide the secret and encourage Brook Lynn to leave it all behind only complicates the mother-daughter relationship further. Lois may think that controlling the narrative will protect Brook Lynn, but it leaves her trapped between loyalty to her mother and the desire to face her own truth. Every adjustment Lois makes risks creating new shocks in Brook Lynn's life, especially as hidden truths begin to surface. Viewers can't help but wonder if Brook Lynn has the strength to break free from Lois's control, write her own story, or if she will remain bound by the past she cannot escape. One thing is certain, with every new step, this story is becoming increasingly explosive, placing Brook Lynn at the center of an emotional and dramatic journey. Brook Lynn is caught in a whirlwind as unresolved issues from Dante's past with Lulu suddenly resurface, becoming the focal point of new conflicts. Brook Lynn's insecurity, combined with Lulu's presence, has escalated everything out of control. This is not simply a conflict between two women with complicated emotions related to Dante, but also the emergence of deep obsessions that Brook Lynn has long tried to conceal. Lulu, with her deep historical connection to Dante, can't help but feel threatened by the growing closeness between Brook Lynn and him. Meanwhile, Brook Lynn struggles with feelings of insecurity as she constantly feels she is standing in the shadow of Dante and Lulu's relationship. This tension not only leads to direct confrontations but also brings to the surface repressed emotions from all three characters, driving them into increasingly complicated situations. While things are already complicated enough, Lois, the mother who always tries to protect Brook Lynn, inadvertently worsens the situation. With a desire to control and adjust everything the way she thinks is best, Lois has unintentionally awakened deep fears and hurts within Brook Lynn. Brook Lynn feels not only the pressure from Lulu and her complicated relationship with Dante but also trapped between her mother's overprotection and her yearning for the freedom to control her own life. The pressure from all sides has made it impossible for Brook Lynn to escape the whirlpool of instability. Memories of a tumultuous past, difficult decisions she made, and the feeling of helplessness in the present have forced her into a fierce internal struggle. Brook Lynn fears that the mistakes of the past will haunt her, not only in her relationship with Dante but also in how she views herself. Every step Brook Lynn takes now is overshadowed by doubt and anxiety, which could push her toward impulsive actions or self-destructive decisions. The tension between Brook Lynn and Lulu is not just personal but also extends to those around them. Dante, caught between the two most important women in his life, may feel the heavy pressure of facing the complex emotions and irreconcilable expectations from both sides. Additionally, this rift could pull other characters from the Quartermaine or Cassadine families into the conflict, turning a personal dispute into a larger family and social confrontation. The story becomes even more explosive as Brook Lynn's obsessions not only revolve around the present but also concern the past that Lois is trying to control. Lois, with her desire to protect her daughter, may inadvertently push Brook Lynn into a deeper state of instability. Feeling trapped by her mother, combined with the pressure from Lulu and Dante, forces Brook Lynn to face a crucial question: will she continue to be haunted by the past or will she find a way to break all the chains and write her own story? In this context, General Hospital is preparing to take audiences on an emotional journey where truth, loyalty, and pain intertwine. With the escalating tension between Brook Lynn, Lulu, and Dante, the story focuses not only on personal conflict but also delves deeper into inner motivations, love, and the struggle to find oneself. This promises to be one of the most dramatic and compelling chapters in General Hospital. Brook Lynn is standing at the threshold of a turbulent phase where the madness within herself and her family relationships begins to explode. The tension between Brook Lynn and Lois, the mother who was once her emotional anchor, is escalating to an irreversible point. Lois's new adjustments in controlling Brook Lynn's life, particularly her obsessions with protecting the past and maintaining the perfect family image, have made Brook feel suffocated. In a bold and emotional move, Brook may decide to completely eliminate Lois's influence and no longer acknowledge her as a mother. This is not just a simple conflict but a strong rebellion from Brook to regain control of her own life. Lois, with her desire to protect her daughter, has unintentionally imposed excessive rules and control on Brook making her feel as if she is living in her mother's shadow. Brook already haunted by past obsessions, is now being drawn deeper into chaos as Lois tries to control every decision and emotion she has. This has made Brook feel that the only way to be free is to sever all ties with her mother. If this decision comes to fruition, it would not only be a huge shock to Lois but also to the entire Quartermaine family and those around Brook Lois, who has spent her life protecting and loving her daughter, may be deeply hurt when Brook refuses to acknowledge her as her mother. This could push Lois into a state of despair while also igniting intense feelings and conflicts never seen before in their mother-daughter relationship. As for Brook severing ties with Lois is not an easy decision. She will have to face criticism from her family and those around her, as well as the emotional pain of letting go of a vital part of her life. However, for Brook this could be the only way to free herself from Lois's control and rediscover herself. This story highlights not only the complexity of the mother-daughter relationship but also Brook emotional journey in fighting for her personal freedom. This decision could also spark a series of dramatic events, as Lois may try to restore the relationship or even react fiercely to protect her dignity. Those close to Brook such as Dante, Lulu, or other Quartermaine family members, may also get caught up in this emotional whirlwind, making the story more complicated and tense. As the story unfolds, the breakdown in the relationship between Brook and Lois will become the focal point of dramatic events. This is not just a family conflict but also a profound lesson about love, forgiveness, and loyalty. General Hospital is taking viewers on an emotional journey, where bold decisions and pain will shape the characters' futures in ways no one could have predicted. Brook is on a journey to find her own freedom and rights, a path she believes will help her escape the control Lois has placed on her life for years. With a strong desire to assert herself, Brook is trying to build an independent future where she can make her own decisions without being bound by her mother's interference or expectations. However, things become more complicated when Brook discovers she is pregnant, an unexpected event that turns all her plans upside down. The pregnancy is not only a huge shock to Brook but also a massive emotional and psychological challenge. This is not the first time Brook has had to face motherhood, but the current situation is entirely different from her painful past. As a young woman, Brook made the heartbreaking decision to place her first child for adoption, a decision that has left lingering hauntings within her for years. Now, being pregnant again forces her to confront old wounds while raising a new set of questions about responsibility, love, and courage. While Brook struggles to find her own path, Lois will surely intervene with the hope of helping her make the right choice. Lois always believes she knows what is best for Brook but this overprotectiveness only increases the feeling of control in her daughter. Brook who is eager for freedom and to assert her autonomy, may feel that Lois is repeating the same controlling patterns she is trying to escape from. This could push their mother-daughter relationship into an unprecedented state of tension as Brook decides to fight against Lois's interference to face the challenge on her own. Brook pregnancy is not just a personal story but also has a profound impact on those around her. If the identity of the baby's father is revealed, it could spark new conflicts and tensions. Dante, with his complicated relationship with Brook may get pulled into this whirlwind, especially if he plays a significant role in her pregnancy event. Lulu, who already has a tense relationship with Brook may become an added pressure in this already difficult situation. Chase, who is building an increasingly close relationship with Brook may feel betrayed or confused if the truth about the baby affects their trust. For Lois, knowing that Brook is pregnant may awaken deep fears about protecting her daughter. Lois always feels the need to control the situation to prevent Brook from repeating past mistakes, but this intervention may backfire. Brook in her effort to assert herself, may choose to refuse all help from Lois, even if it puts her in a difficult position. This is not just a story about a mother wanting to protect her daughter, but also a story about the struggle to find the boundaries between love and control. Brook Lynn's journey in facing this pregnancy will not only be a personal challenge but also a turning point in her relationship with Lois. Both will have to face a major question: can they heal and rebuild their relationship based on respect and understanding, or will their differences continue to drive them apart? This story not only highlights the complexity of family relationships but also portrays the emotional journey of a young woman in search of herself. With the explosion of events surrounding Brook Lynn, Lois, and those around them, General Hospital is creating a dramatic chapter where each decision, each emotion, could lead to unpredictable turning points. This is not just a story about love and sacrifice, but also a lesson about courage, forgiveness, and the strength of family bonds in the most difficult times.